Hi, YouTube. No spoilers or bonk. Hello to your future selves. Really appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Um, with that being said, fuck it. Let's just jump into it.
反省したはずなんだ。くそ！感謝してるよ。ここまで来れたのはお前のおかげだ。ほら、だから言えよ、次の助言。素直に。
So something I want to point out is like, even if he's viewing himself in this regard, i.e. as like, what's up, Bonfire sus, right? First off, he's sus. Don't get me, I have a whole theory about this fucking individual. But Rudy specifically, seeing himself in this regard as an individual that's significantly older and whatnot, I wonder what type of disassociation specifically that causes between the two, i.e., you know, at what point will he truly become Rudy instead of his past life, if that makes sense? But there has to be an internal struggle with that. And with that being said, my first thought process would have been like, hey, if I'm getting to talk to you, and the first thing that you told me when I first came over here was like, hey, I didn't bring you into this world, but I'm a god. What I would ask him is, hey, if I die in this world, will I come back? Because clearly you're a god, or is there reincarnation or anything like that? Or do I just die infinitely? Or do I go back to Earth? What happens? Do you think it might be harder because of... It can be... Yeah, because trauma can definitely cause you, for example, especially body dysmorphia and stuff like that, right? Or previous identity disorders when it comes to specific scenarios like that, i.e. if you're in a relationship, in a very toxic relationship, and let's say that they always casted you as a villain, everything you did was a bad move, and so you got into a new relationship and your new partner's like, you know, say that you messed one thing up and you're automatically like into this, oh, I am a villain, I am a this, I am a that. It's quite literally because of a trained infliction as to like who you are as an individual, i.e. other people put expectations on you, shamed you. Even as a kid, when Rudy like spilled the water on himself, and you know, I believe Brady went into this when the mom was like, hey, you know, oh, you wet the bed. Even that's sort of embarrassing and shaming in that one aspect. Not necessarily like, oh, I'm shaming you, but just like shame is genuinely a topic that's brought up in most individuals that are having issues like that. But the reason why I mentioned sort of a disassociation between his previous self, who he is, and like, or who he was versus who he is, because that's two different goals. One of them was a individual pervert who put cameras, who, you know, sort of stopped growing up at the age of 14 type of deal, you know? Like, he secluded himself, he was a fucking creep, all of the shit. The other one has lived in this world for a number of years. I'm pretty sure he's getting close to like 12, 13, 14. He's getting older. At what point does your identity overtake your previous developmental capabilities stop? Even social mental capabilities. You can say his brain was fully functioning in his other side, but with a lot of the milestones that weren't met, how far was he actually thinking ahead? Was he only thinking towards the end of like, hey, this is my satisfaction? Yeah, they're conflicted minds. Exactly, Tatio. You have two different conflicted minds. If you guys saw the previous discussion, Brady and I actually kind of like, we were going back and forth specifically about parenting. I.e., in this world, if Rudy actually had, say, Roxy's parents that were there and able to go ahead and like implement boundaries and care for him and all of this stuff, his pervertedness probably wouldn't have reached the scale that it did with Paul. Because, you know, you have individuals that are open and available to whatever's happening, and others who will more than likely try and guide you in the right direction. You know? So that's exactly why I'm bringing up this concept. Like, what does it mean to be in a situation like this? What does it mean specifically to be of two worlds and have this internal struggle? And I'm throwing that out there to you guys. I personally would be confused as to the sense of who am I, right? Granted, he could give himself the definition, I am, you know, older and I see things differently. But the concept of self, the concept of defining who you are changes year to year. For example, right now I have my own business, or started my own business and all of this stuff as a therapist and whatnot. So I can say I am an entrepreneur. I am the first generation student, Latino based student of my family that got their degree. I am, you know, a Twitch streamer, apparently, thanks to you guys. And that's sort of the internal question. But next year or 5 years from now, I might be someone completely different. I might be like, hey, I'm no longer just like this type of psychologist. I'm this other type of psychologist as well. You know, I'm a martial arts instructor. I might not be into martial arts then. So the concept of self is ever changing, right? And it changes along with people you meet, society, cultural influences, the times. Because that's the one thing that changes along with you is the times. So the reason why I bring this up is because this concept of self and this concept of self-identity and sort of an identity crisis can lead up to a lot of different conflicts, internal struggles. You know, am I able to do this without reprimanding my past self? Am I able to be Rudy without necessarily being the Rudy that would fucking crush my old self? At what point do you value these two separate natures, and what impact does that play? If my old self would see young Rudy now, would he see him as successful enough to be able to overpower him? And vice versa. If I am going to successful in this new life, is this overpowering the mental image that I have of my previous self? And these are questions like interloping circles that you guys should always have in mind when like asking, you know, what does it mean for me to be me? And not necessarily in a philosophical sense, quite literally mean like you can jot this shit down and be like, okay, so this is who I am today. These are the hobbies that I am to. These are the friends that I have. And they sort of start defining a little bit as to who I am today. Sorry, guys, I got way too fucking deep. I also don't trust this fucking god. I don't know why. He just seems like the guy that would want to take care of two birds with one stone. Kind of creepy, kind of Orochimaru-esque, kind of, I don't know, dude. And his old self in the actual world makes. See, so what I thought about specifically when it comes to this, because there's been moments, especially when he uses too much magic, where he'll just knock out. Yeah, especially when he was learning how to use the water thing. Yeah, he definitely is using Rudy for something. When he was learning how to do the Rudy like water thing, and he kept passing out because of mana depletion or whatever you guys want to call it. The best way that I can put it is, imagine having a Lamborghini. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful fucking car. But having the motor of a Prius. And as every year as you grow and like you're able to understand more thing and your brain actually develops to be able to, I don't know, have say use more mana or be able to use more things, your motor gets upgraded to be able to match your competition car. And then sadly, slowly, when you get too old and you start declining, that Lamborghini, you have to trade it in for a sports van because that's as fast as you're gonna go, you know, that sort of type of thing. A like from the book? Wait, what? Oh, a line from a book? What? What do you mean? You guys are fucking wild, guys. Oh, the analogy? Ah, okay. Well, no, that's honestly what I would go ahead and throw out there, guys. Is think about it like that. Think about it like a car. Think about it like any type of thing, just for mental capacities. Rudy almost makes a similar analogy. Because that's the way that I explain sort of growing up to like the kids that I do counseling with is like, hey, like, you know, just because right now you might not necessarily be in the best of shapes, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you won't reach there. Or like, you know, just because right now you're having certain issues doesn't necessarily mean you won't reach your full capacity, because we grow and we evolve. They use it for different points. Yes, Elgis, exactly. Exactly. They chose to animate him in 3D instead of 2D. I don't know. He's just really fucking creepy. It's like, I don't know, dude.
けどな、今俺が聞きたい助言は一つ。家族の居場所だ。君の家族はこことは違う世界にいるんじゃないのかい？茶化すなよ。ゼニス、リーリャ、アイシャの3人だ。
Think about that bait question he just used. Doesn't your family live in another world? He's trying to cause dissonance, dude. You can't see sea ice or something. Honestly, bonfire, yeah. He's literally trying to bait this dude. What the fuck?
いや、そこまで言わないさ。ただ毎回毎回喧嘩腰っていうのも疲れるじゃないか。別に喧嘩腰じゃなくったって疲れるんだよ。忘れたい昔の姿を引きずり出されて、陰鬱な気分にさせられるせいでな。
You shove it in my face and make me depressed. He's probably going to counter by, oh, but this is your own projection. But he's kind of right. If a god is able to go ahead and control the environment, he's also able to control your own personal mindset and set certain regulations and put stuff in place. So being able to make, he's like a power over, power under. Like, you're a disgusting little creature and I'm able to squash you at any time. You got to follow my advice and you got to start trusting me, type of thing. But why? Why are you doing this in a scenario like this? If I met an individual like this, my first response would be to try and eliminate something or someone that threatens you. Either that or you see me as a potential threat. And that's why you're trying to get me to cower behind your own fucking power. Which is interesting in of itself, because the more that you try and like process information like that, the more that you start and find out that maybe this god isn't necessarily all powerful. Maybe he's been in a weird fucking, like, I don't know, like, you know, like those like mod power baits shit where they go out of control with like mod power or whatever. Like, that's sort of what I'm getting at. Like, if I were to meet, and yes, I'm thinking, guys, this is me thinking out loud, so you guys know my thought process. If I were to meet an individual like this in a therapy session where he came in and he tried to dictate the rules or try and bring in, say, photos of me from my past when I was either really, really chubby or really skinny or whatever, I would instantly point to that, especially if it was like a volunteer individual that decided to be a part of the sessions that wasn't court mandated, that just appeared because they're just like, no, I just want to see what therapy is like, and brought in fucking pictures of me from my past, or were bringing in something to try and get me to disassociate. Automatically, it make me think that there's a weird power complex that's happening, either some sort of fear or some sort of thing that he specifically doesn't want me to dig. It also make me want to question why specifically he came to me in that regard, and why'd he need that? I.e., if I was Rudy, I'd be questioning this as well. Why is he coming to me instead of another individual who's probably more capable than me in order to do certain shit? He wouldn't need anything from anyone. And that's exactly it, Masters. So the way that I would defeat this is by instilling fear into him. You know, not in the therapy setting. I'm talking about this particular individual. In the therapy setting, the way that I would do it is I would deconstruct these schemas that are being brought up. The abandoned ward. He seems like a trusting person. No. I mean, I'm sure to some people he does, but yeah, I got my tinfoil hat right, but I don't want to fucking bleed again, guys. That's my number one thing. I would instill fear into him by breaking down his schemas, i.e., how did you feel getting to show me these pictures? Why does that make you happy? Why do you feel the need to do this? How? What time did it take you? Why? Where did you look? How so? All these questions, just keep asking it. You know, like, what was the importance of bringing this up instead of showing a reflection of my true self as I am today? What satisfaction did you get out of that? Did you find any struggle throughout that process? Don't bully the god. And then as they answer through that, what you'll start finding out is like, oh, it took me like 30 minutes. I had to go ahead and do certain... I'm going to wizard him into submission, pretty much, right? Because my thing here is, this right here is sort of pushing a very, very big thing for me. And it's essentially that he's afraid, because like, if he came in, right, again, if I was in Rudy's position and I saw this god doing all this shit to me, I would automatically think that the reason why he's giving me present, or he's bringing me up, it's knowing that he did, because he stated it in one of the episodes, he did not bring me into this world. It's, I am a power that he has no control of. If I am a power that he has no control of, then I am a power that can literally try and fucking obliterate him. Are there other gods or other individuals out there trying to get rid of you? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. Sorry, guys. I help myself up when I start reaching conclusions. And as a wizard, what do you make? What do, you guys are going too fast. What do you make of his request to ask Rudy to trust him? That's weird. That's like straight up manipulate. I feel like Rudy's always involved with manipulative people around his life or whatever. So that's just weird, man. That's just really weird. Yes, we are 2 minutes and 12 seconds in. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust him. Trust me, bro. I got your best back, bro. I'm not gonna snitch on you, bro. Come on, dude. That's like every fucking like manipulator in my anime. What do you mean by that? Well, let's find out.
さすればリーリャ愛者の二人をシーロン王宮から救い出すことができるでしょう。
Oh.
リーリャもなんでそんなところにいるなら見つからないはずが。
Why would you trust his fucking god, dude? Also, what he just did is a classic, like, foot in the door technique. In case you guys don't know what foot in the door technique, people are always more susceptible to granting bigger requests if you start off with something small. The first time, I'll give you something small, you know, like, hey, do you have a pencil I can borrow? Yeah, cool, whatever, right? Building trust. Second time, a little bit bigger. Third time, a little bit bigger. So I wonder what the final fucking request is gonna be that I'm fucking terrified of. That's the biggest thing that I could say. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Aw. Guys, worst possible fucking scenario is like they ended up in some creepy fucking nobleman's fucking shit, right? Alright, there we go.
リーリャたちを救えるとも。しかし、本当にリーリャたちがいるのならば、とっくにロクシーが見つけているはずなのだが。
What'd she have though? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh no! Guys, don't tell me that it's the creepy guy that was rubbing all up on Roxy's fucking breast at one episode. Guys, no, 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 bro. What the fuck, guys? Didn't know you remembered, dude. Oh, oh. Yeah, I have the world's weirdest memory, man. I remember certain things like the picture for Paul's party. I remember that one in particular because it was like, what the fuck, dude? Like out of nowhere, you know, out of nowhere. But what the fuck, dude? Honestly, Masters, I my brain works in mysterious ways. That's the best way I can put that. Lol Orange, I swear to gosh. I swear to God, I'm gonna be fucking livid. I'm gonna be livid. I'm gonna be 100% with you. I'm gonna be fucking livid if it's someone I think it is. That's the best way I can put it. What do I think of Rudy is growing attached to his family? That's why I'm gonna be fucking livid, much think. What do you mean? What do you make of Rudy as growing attachment to his family? I think it's totally appropriate, seeing as though he's probably spending more time actually developing in this world than he did when he stunt locked himself in the previous world. I.e., if you're 14, 15, or 16, you know, and you close yourself in your room and you never fucking come out, guess what? You're missing at least 10 years of brain development of actual fucking attachment with family, friends, loved ones, whatever. So he was 40-something or 30-something when he died in his previous world. Coming into this world, you know, development cycle-wise, he's almost there to the point where, like, he might be reaching that same point where he locked himself in his previous room versus, like, now where he's out in the world and shit. What I wonder is if this would be pretty cool storytelling-wise, if at the same period in time, say 15, 16, whenever he's pushed to put himself in, if during that time period something traumatic happens to this Rudy, where he, like, distances himself or has to deal with some major issue and how he comes out of that, because that is a true sign of like growth, right? Like, i.e., trauma happened at the same time, but yeah, he was able to grow from it. That makes sense. Yeah, but when did he lock himself in, you know? That's the best way I can put it. At the moment, he's just 12. Okay. Like 14. Yeah. So that's the point I'm bringing up, you know? It's like, you want to talk about growth and cycles of growth? Because, like, even relapsing is perfectly normal. And I fucking hate therapists and people that are like, oh, you relapsed? Oh, what about all the work we did and stupid shit like that? Like, come on, guys. Relapsing is completely normal, even when setting up a new habit. Like, the best way I can put it is like, I don't know how to put it. Like, even when making new friends and shit, sometimes like you're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try and be a little bit nicer, a little bit whatever. You'll relapse into old habits because it happens. It's important. Like, you know, it's we just don't change overnight. It takes years and years of work to start changing and adapting. Anyway. Oh shit. She fucking didn't, dude. She didn't. Holy fucking shit, dude. She didn't fucking do this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh, dude. What the fuck? Lilia. Oh. 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 My eyes. My brain. Ah. Oh, I won't get in there. Just I expected it. Yeah, bro, I'm fucking melting now. Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. My eyes, my face, my brain. What the fuck, dude? Yes, Paul is still the worst. Abuse doesn't justify abuse, dude. Level tears, abuse, trauma, fucking weird expectations, a little bit higher, you know? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. You're right, Pizza Krusty. She said she would, but that's so fucked up still. I didn't think she'd go through with it. Like, considering, well, I don't know, she's technically your fucking sister type shit. Like, oof. I'm fucking vibrating, man. I'm vibrating through time right now. Ooh. Yeah, that's honestly, that's quite literally a trauma-based response out of a fucked up power dynamic, dude. Like, Lydia was born in Alabama. I mean, dude, quite literally, like, that's what I'm saying. And like a lot of situations like this, hi, Master Rudy. A lot of this is like trauma-based responses off of that shit, dude. Like, yeah, dude. I'm fucking vibrating through space and time right now, dude. I'm about to like vibrate so quickly that the camera's not gonna notice that I'm still here. Like, fuck, dude. Nah. That ain't fucking cool, dude. Because then at the end of the, what is a purpose that you're giving your child? Again, that's the whole concept of the thing. Paul wanted Rudy to be fucking fantastic at sword shit. He's not. He's a good mage. Lilia should want the best for her kid instead of fucking wanting her to be a fucking maid. What the fuck is this shit, dude? Oh. Oh. Oh no. They've been prepping for you or some shit. My brain's about to fucking explode, guys. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. My brain is about to fucking explode. Because don't tell me that this fucking individual, because I remember this creepy ass motherfucker that was touching Roxy. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to punch the fuck out of that guy. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I would have, I really wanted to drop kick that guy off the cliff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But don't tell me that this bitch was hearing all these stories about how amazing Rudy is, and so he's been like prepping some weird fucking shit, dude. Like he's been prepping to like destroy this kid or some shit because he's after Roxy or some weird fucking mentality, dude. All the people in fucking Mushoku Tensei, for some reason, it's all attraction based fucking responses, right? Like they don't have the ability to actually, I don't know, separate the fact that hey, teachers aren't always hot. I mean, okay. Because I doubt, for example, I doubt if they really wanted to like break taboos or some shit, why not put a fucking old ass individual in the show as a teacher, right? Break stereotypes with that. But no, if you notice, the majority of the individuals that at least are character sexualizing or into have all been really young looking individuals, kids, if you want to put it that way, you know? Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And also the other nobility, I guess, in that sense, right? Because you can also say, like, when we saw that creepy ass noble with Roxy, same thing, dude. What the fuck? What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. They don't know him. Oh, I thought they knew of him or something. I was supposed to be like, oh, okay, there we go. Point proven. Is this what you guys were talking about? Like, hey, you should react to the Moon Knight series? Is that what you guys were saying? I'm fucking kidding, guys. I got you guys. I got you. In a weird way, I can kind of comprehend a maid of not many good prospects out there. But he married the maid, dude. That's the whole thing, right? That was his second wife, so it doesn't really fucking matter at that point if you're married. Aww. Oh. Oh. Oh no, she told her. Oh fuck, dude. Oh, I did not expect that. His precious fucking relic. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Oh. If she's able to deduce that, how is she not able to put... Maybe she already knows and she's just playing along with you or some shit. She's smart. She's smart for a 6-year-old. Oh, bruh. She's great as a character. Like, legitimately, she's actually smart for a 6-year-old kid. Like, adorable in that regard. Able to put things together logically. So on and so forth. Who your favorite sister? I have a feeling that the other one's still gonna hold on to like a weird grudge type behavior, and more than likely, like once things get resolved or whatever the identity is resolved or any of that, you'll. But then here's where it comes. If everything gets resolved and everything comes natural between both of these, is her admiration for him at that point in time because of, say, like the resolution, or is it because of the duty, the self-imposed expectation or duty that was placed upon by your parents? Which is why I'm saying that the fucked up power dynamic to have on your sibling or on your kid in general, that's weird, bro. Oh, she's actually... So throughout the past couple of episodes, those interactions, she's starting to grow feelings for him, isn't she? That must be fucking terrifying for her. That must be so fucking terrifying for her to like be vulnerable in that state, but at the same time feel so far away from him. Like through an attachment perspective, that is what often leads for people to go ahead and leave, because of that fucking fear of vulnerability and that fear of allowing someone to be in that environment where you haven't experienced before, especially with all the shit surrounding the world and whatnot at this moment. Like, you can clearly tell that like there's like more tension, more romanticism, more everything, just like softness in the way that she's approaching it, right? And if you want to go ahead and approach this in just a scenario of like, hey, you know what, she's always had up these walls and now she's starting to like let someone in or be okay with letting someone in, but when you let someone in and yet they're so far away, either power or thinking or dynamic wise, how do you catch up to them? Or how do you not feel inferior at that point? And that's where the issues come in. That is quite literally that space, that gap that can be created. That's where a lot of the big turning points can come in and can cause a lot of issues, a lot of pain, a lot of grief, and that's where a lot of relationships break up, because that's where that big gap that like was unintentionally created comes in and hurts everyone. Turning point, you say? Guys, I'm using your guys' own vocabulary. All of a sudden, I use your vocabulary, and you guys are like, turning point, you say? You guys are fucking wild. I swear, guys. But no, like, I swear, guys. Like, we have PTSD, right? But that's what, like, my whole thing is, like, quite literally, I'm glad to see that she's softening up, and glad to see that she, like, these feelings for her, like, starting to develop for Rudy in that regard. MT fans on Turning Point, right? Apparently you guys have fucking PTSD with that shit. Yeah, I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you guys. But yeah, I just, as I stated before, my only hope is that this stays in this fantasy level and we don't go into, like, I don't know, the typical isekai school. Like, there was that one anime. What was it? I don't know, there's a shit ton of anime actually, where it's like, I got reincarnated and I went to a high school and that's my whole fucking thing. You've only lived through one MT TP, and soon you will be forged by them all. Oof. Giggle stop, don't scare me, brother. Do not scare me. I don't know, man. Like, in a realistic setting, that's sort of what would happen, Punyesh. Like, those gaps, unless communication happens, will often lead to a huge rupture. That's the best way I can put it. Bro, don't do it. Don't do it. Dude, this is why you don't trust people immediately. What? Oh, dude. No. Bro, what the fuck, dude? Come on. I guess this is why he sucks at reading people? Dude, I would have fucking run, dude. I would have... Oh, no. Obvious trap is obvious. One fucking part in the middle with one giant... Oh, no. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, dude, what the fuck? Oh. Stop. I don't even give a fuck. This is... You see a fucking carpet and you go directly in the fucking middle. Doesn't that fucking spell fucking trap, guys? Oh, what the fuck? Of course. Of course. Of course. Big fucking surprise, bro. Big fucking surprise. Let's go, dude. Wow. Yeah, why not just be a fucking lawyer and walk around the rug, you know? Try and be fucking... You can be nice, you can walk around the rug, then force them to come to you, because at this point, guess what? Now you can defend yourself. But if you go to the big fucking X on the ground, you gotta fucking fall. What the fuck is this, dude? Rudy, social interaction is weakness. This ain't even social interaction time. This is just fucking general awareness, bro. This is just general awareness. This ain't even fucking social interaction. It's like, no. The amount of fucking stupidity you gotta, like, you walk into a fucking giant, like, okay. It's like walking into Jabba the Hutt's palace, right? And you see that one fucking square in the middle that you clearly knows a fucking trap and standing on there. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. At this point, you're a fucking dumbass if you fall into it. Like, you're going into falsetto. I know, dude. I know. Dude, I'm fucking losing my shit for many ways. You guys have made me lose my shit with all the subs and everything, guys. Yeah. Environmental awareness. He rolled a 1. He rolled a natural 1 and, like, insight, right? You wish it was a natural 20 like most of us D&D people, but no. He rolled a nat 1, dude. And, yeah, here we go. Oh my... Can someone kill this noble, please? Just, like, snap his neck or something, dude. Please. Just take one quick action, dude. Please, someone. Really, come in. Anyone. Like, I feel... Like I feel like this novel's already like played out. I've been lured into this trap. They're self-aware, Brady. Bro, apparently all it takes is one smicker and their self-awareness. But no, like realistically, this noble kid, what the fuck, dude? We saw him groping. Like no, like literally, dude. Put him in a chokehold and just like it's simple. Or cast fire, catch him on fire or some shit. Kick him off a window. I don't give a shit, dude. Just do it. Don't let the memes be memes. 5 is okay, so you've thought about it. Not 4, not 3, but 5. Okay. Bro. So you're saying who's worse, a kid or an adult? Is that where you're trying to come up with the justification in that one, bro? Because bro, an adult has already gone through shit. This still looks like a fucking kid. Even if he's fucked up in many different ways. Trauma's trauma, man. They're both fucking horrible individuals, you know? Yeah, he probably wanted you in this situation. Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Because what does it mean, man? If he wanted you in the situation, it means that there's probably some... Because this will probably sow the seeds for discord. The growth. Why are you always trying to take things on for yourself? Why are you always trying to do certain situations? Well, you know, how long is it going to take for them to respond to this call? 101 things. Oof, what an interesting episode. I feel like this brought up a lot of interesting dynamics and a lot of interesting questions that I have for this fucking man god thing. Dude, no. I know, sometimes you just want to reach through this. For example, I wanted to reach through the screen and punch Paul that episode, but we can't do that, can we? So we just have to sit back and watch and see what progresses. You tell us, Ed, you're the wizard. What does it mean? I don't know, man. I don't have the answers for everything, but what answers I do have is that was a really interesting episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Practice some self-care, and yeah, that's the best way I can put it for all of those YouTube people.